Hey everybody, it's me, V the Sepia Scholar, and I'm dropping in on this good Father's Day to do a quick little chat. I haven't been on here in a while, actually doing a live, so I wanted to jump on and talk about something that's been kind of hot in these internet streets. I usually don't talk too much about celebrity relationships, but since a lot of my chats are about relationships, I thought I would talk about this whole Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey situation, but I'm gonna take it from a different angle. So before I jump into it, I want to go ahead and hit you with the intro. And like I said, happy Father's Day. Thank you to all the beautiful fathers that I know. You know who you are. You guys are amazing. Keep up the good work, and I'm sending love to you. So let's go ahead and get into this, and let me hit you guys with the intro, and I go to running my mouth because I like to talk, y'all. So talk back to me, and if you're not here for the live, check me out in the replay gang. Leave a like, leave a comment. I love y'all with all my heart. Let me go ahead and hit you with the intro. All right, like the intro says, this channel is about reviews, reactions, and grown-up conversations. And today we're going to have a grown-up conversation about Michael B. Jordan and some of the contrasts and parallels I see with some of the old school stars. And today I'm comparing him to who? What's the title of this thing, as you all know? Is Michael B. Jordan the new Sammy Davis Jr.? Who's Sammy Davis Jr.? Just in case you're not old like me. He's the Candyman. Every time you hear the Willy Wonka song, he was on a few episodes of the Cosby Show. He was part of the Rat Pack. He was the it guy. Anna LaCosta. He's been in so many things. Tommy Davidson is always freaking imitating him. There's so many people. I think even the guy who is in the New Edition movie, he's supposed to be in a biopic for Sammy Davis Jr. So if you have no idea who he is, you definitely need to check him out. He's definitely a Black legend, and he went through a lot of the things that Michael B. Jordan is going through right now. So let me give you a little bit of history on Michael B. Jordan before I give my thoughts on this whole Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey situation. So let's go through who the heck Michael B. Jordan is. So to me, Michael B. Jordan is Wallace from The Wire. You see him, he has his little cornrows, spoiler alert. It devastated me when he got killed on The Wire because he was so sweet. He was taking care of his little brother. He was tutoring him. He was a young dude that was struggling and trying to get his little brother to have a better life than him. And he got in the drug game. And in the show, he gets killed. I'm still devastated about it today. It's almost as bad as Cochise on Cootie High. If you're old, you really know who that is. But it really devastated me when he passed away on The Wire. Then once again, Michael B. Jordan getting all killed again. I seen him as a little kid. Because I think he's a good amount younger than me, but not too much. Younger than me. But when I started saying, okay, Michael B. Jordan kind of sexy a little bit, was when he was in Killmonger. He believed in a lot of my views. I understand his view. He was a villain that you didn't want to see pass away, but he was dying for his principles, and that body was right in that damn movie, The Black Panther. And I think I like toxic dudes. I'm not sure what's going on, but he was sexy as hell in The Black Panther. Him and the other crazy non-melanated villain in that movie that got killed. Yeah, he was trying to kill black people. He was wrong, but something about his accent and that damn metallic hand, y'all, something wrong with me. Pray for me. But either way, he was Killmonger in Black Panther, and he came through with the locks. As you can see, the body for each, the nicks on his body for each person that he killed, and he was trying to kill T'Challa. Shout out to T'Challa, R.I.P. You know I love you. And either way, he died. So it was like basically the Malcolm X character versus the Martin Luther King character. Killmonger was the whole Malcolm X. T'Challa was the Martin Luther character. You can see it all up and through. Marvel has lots of that in their comics. If you don't know, the X-Men was born out of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X as well. So they do it all the time. So Then we saw him in Creed. And this when he came in, if anybody who knows me in real life knows I adore Rocky. All of them, except I think, what was the one where Antonio Carver in it? There were some strange ones, basically after Adrian died. But either way, I love Creed. I love how they extend the story. I love how they showed his version of Adrian and how he was greasing that scalp. I said, okay, Michael B. Jordan. But quiet as is kept, most of the stuff I see Michael B. Jordan in was the same thing as Damon Wayans' son. He was mostly in there's no such thing. Okay, let's just say he was in movies that were not made for urban people. Right? I've seen plenty of them and he always looked good. He looked sexy. So in my mind, he wasn't for the sisters. I wasn't mad at it. It is what it is. So that's when I'm going to reveal what I think about the whole Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey situation and do some contrasting and give you a little bit of celebrity tea from back in the day. I read a lot of biographies, so I'm going to throw some of that stuff in there, and I hope you enjoy this video and hit me with a like. So when Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan started dating, y'all, I said this is faker than a $3 bill. Michael B. Jordan has been known not to be for the sisters. There's a few dudes out here who's in Hollywood. I love them to death. They don't date sisters. I want you to love whoever you want to love. Skip off and give your resources to whoever you want to give your resources. Do what you do. Just don't come with the colorblind BS, because as soon as you say you colorblind, my ears turn off, because I don't feel like my color should have to go away in order for you to accept me or to treat me like a human being. So I really don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. I am not colorblind. I see your color and I love you anyway. Your uniqueness, your beautifulness. So either way, I felt like Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey's situation was fake. Okay? Because Lori Harvey had a reputation, because she's a lady and there's a double standard, for being for the streets. She's beautiful. She's sassy. She suffered from the Kim Kardashian syndrome until she got married. But there's an age difference. Lori is 25. Michael B. Jordan is 35. And if you know, like I know, one of his idols is Denzel Washington. And Denzel Washington had two things he didn't want in his movies. And y'all, if y'all never seen young Denzel, I mean, Uncle Denzel still fine to me, but young Denzel was something serious. But anyways, he says Michael B. Jordan said he modeled himself after Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith, what the hell that man named? Tom Cruise, and Denzel Washington. And some things that Denzel Washington didn't do was Denzel Washington did not kiss white women of non-color, unmelanated women in his movies, because he had a major black female fan base. And he's married to a beautiful black woman named Pauletta. And if you seen their son, you see that the genes passed and he fine too. But either way, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to get killed in the movie. Except I think he let himself die in Training Day. If you don't know, spoiler alert. But it was like a big thing with his contract, and he don't kiss the white women in his movies. And Julia Roberts even complained about it. Because she wanted to kiss him in the Pelican Brief, because you know Denzel is fine. He said, "No, sister, no," because he had caught so much flack from being in The Mighty Quinn, and that sexual tension between him and Mimi Rogers. I think they took out the kiss, because I don't think there was a kiss, but apparently there was a problem when he was supposed to kiss Mimi Rogers in the movie. He said, "I ain't doing that again." But if you know Denzel, he's known for being sexy in movies like Mo Better Blues. He had two women in that, so he definitely has the women in the movies, but it just don't happen to be white women. But either way, nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. He wanted somebody that reflected his wife. It is what it is. Pauletta, if you haven't seen her, look her up. So Michael B. Jordan, they've been putting it out in the streets that he prefer non-melanated women, and nothing wrong with it, right? But I think he feels like he realized that his fan base from Creed and Black Panther and all that was mostly black females, and he tried to blame us for why he need to find a black woman to be with. Sir, you do what you like. A lot of the stars back in the day didn't date black women, and it's most of the dang on militant folks that did the movement, have all these extra pro-black books, and the lady at the house is white, and we know this. Shoot, think about that movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That's what they made fun of. There was and even in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, there's always some super militant, super hotep, super pro-black dude, and his old lady is white. Look at Frederick Douglass. It is what it is. If you don't know Frederick Douglass, you need to go to school and find out. But he was an ambassador for Haiti, but he's big time, and his wife was very white. Jack Johnson, all of them. It just goes on and on and on. But either way, Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna go through who he dated, and then there's a reason I have Snow Allegra on the side because what somebody said to me, and I had to bring it up. But they said that Michael B. Jordan. Let me see if I can share this screen. I'm here for the visuals. So all of this is allegedly because we don't know this man in real life. They said he dated, of course, Lori Harvey, and he dated Snow Allegra, who's shown down here on the bottom, Cindy Bruna. The other lady is, let me scroll this down, Kiki Lane, and she was on If Beale Street Can Talk. And confession, I was supposed to watch that movie. Never did because I wanted to read the book first, and I never got to the book, so I still got to do that. And then Ashlyn Castro, and it was a rumor that he was kicking it with Lupita Nyong'o. I already messed up her name. She extra fine, but I think she married to some man from Portugal, so she ain't checking for the brothers either. But she's still pretty, all that good stuff. So it is what it is. She like what she like. So, and they said that he possibly dated Kylie Jenner. So apparently they caught Michael B. Jordan out and about in Italy with dancing with all the snow bunnies around there. And so they was not feeling it. He called they, and then he wrote in this article that he don't see color and he don't know why y'all mad and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so then they made him the sexiest man alive in 2020. So they were definitely checking for him. But one of the people he dated was Snow Allegra. And I had somebody come up to me and tell me that Lori Harvey was trash and that he should have stayed with Snow Allegra. And I'm like, dang, why Lori Harvey gotta be trash? She's 25 years old. She not ready to be married. And she's not ready to be married, and it's his what it is. And so I had somebody break it down to me. This really awesome, hey Doc Onu, who broke it down to me on why the black men were feeling some type of way, because they said you guys want the black women complain that they can't get married and there's not enough good prospects, and that if Lori Harvey intends to be married later on, it's a mess that she gave up such an amazing prospect for marriage, right? And it's okay. I'll give you that. So he broke it down to me, spoke to me for a good while, explaining to me why they were upset, and I accepted or whatever. But I also took the other stances. Sometimes you just don't feel it for that person. Maybe that's not your one. So if you ever watch any dating show, Insecure, any of those, they always say there's that guy, even on Seinfeld, there's people who are good on paper, and they might be good on paper, and then you get with them and they are not the one for you. Y'all don't vibe. It's not going to work out, or you love them to death, but the compatibility is not there. But the rumor is he bought a house for $12 million. She turned him down, and now he had a basketball game looking like his damn dog died. But he a good actor, so how y'all know he's not acting? But either way, if it was real, she decided not to be with him, and yes, she may regret it later, but she's building her brand, she's growing her business, and y'all, there is an age gap. I got married at 25, which was young, but that's not for everybody. She's building her business, she's building her brand, and she might not be ready to have kids. And you guys are always complaining about single mothers and divorced mothers. So if she married Michael B. Jordan, and right now she's young, hot, single, no children. The world is her oyster. If she married Michael B. Jordan, knowing dang on well he has an affinity for the vanilla, and he ended up dumping her like how Michael Jordan did, Amar Rashad, all these people done did it, dumping and moved on to the snow. She's gonna be considered a single mother, and drop her supposedly sexual market value. Which choice would you make if you were her and you wasn't really into dude? I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. But let's move on to Sammy Davis Jr. because I wanted to give a little bit of some old school tea just in case you didn't know, and give you guys a little bit of comparison. So Sammy Davis Jr., as I said, was a very famous actor back in the day. So he had a similar situation with Michael B. Jordan, but his was much crazier. So Sammy Davis Jr. was young actor, handsome, short, like I don't like him, all that good stuff. And he was dating with a kid. He was dating all these people, and he met this lady that we're showing in the middle. Her name was Kim Novak, and if you don't know who she is, look up an old video, an old movie called Vertigo with Jim Stewart. So she basically, well, Sammy Davis Jr. had been through so much racism, so much craziness because he's in the army and then dealing in Las Vegas. If you don't know, black people couldn't even stay in Las Vegas. So he had been called everything but a child of God. He lost the eye. All types of foolishness happened to Sammy Davis Jr. So he met Kim Novak at a party. She wasn't really feeling him. They started talking, getting to know each other, and then they fell in love over the phone. Remember, women fall in love with our ears, men fall in love with their eyes. They started feeling each other. But if you notice, she is very, very unmelanated. And she was supposed to be the next it girl because the Hollywood execs brought her in to punish Rita Hayworth because she ain't want to listen. That's a whole nother story. And she was going to be the next it girl. When they found out that Sammy Davis Jr. was dating Kim Novak, why come the execs put out a hit on Sammy? And they called Sammy Davis Jr. and said, if you don't stop talking to Kim Novak, we're going to take your eye. We're going to take out that other eye, and you really ain't going to be able to do nothing, right? You can't see that he has one eye here. I mean, one eye poked out here because I think it's before the eye got knocked out. But anyways, so either way, he started freaking out, and he started looking for they gave him 24 hours to find a black woman to marry before it got out that he was dating this chick, Kim Novak, in the middle. So he called this lady. Her name was Lorraine Wright, and she was a single mother with a son. And he called her. He started talking her up. Mind you, he's a hot eligible bachelor, so she eating it up. But also, allegedly, he paid her $10,000 to marry him within the 24 hours. So he found him a black chick to marry. Crisis averted, but not really, because it wasn't real. The love wasn't real. He was all devastated. He was still pining away for Kim, and he basically started cheating on Lorraine with Kim. And Lorraine was getting upset because she thought it was really going to be, maybe he would fall in love with her, and it didn't happen. And he ended up he paid her another $25,000 to go away. But by the time it was all done, Kim wasn't feeling Sammy anymore, and he got the boot from her. So he did all that for nothing. So then after he left Kim and Lorraine then dipped. Then he ended up marrying this Swedish actress right here. Her name is Britt. And that's when, so remember, first the mob and the white folks is mad. Now he done married a white woman, and now the black people mad. So he was losing his audience base. They were calling him, you know what name? Got dark eyes, dig out the garbage. But anyways, they were giving him all types of business, right? So for being married to this lady. Does it sound familiar? Okay. So apparently he was married to Britt, but he was cheating with this beautiful lady in the middle, Lola Falana. So he tasted all of the rainbow. So he's cheating with Lola Falana, and he done met this other lady. I love her name because there was a girl I knew with the same name in high school. Alto Vies was dating all of them. He was married to Britt. fooling with Lola Falana and fooling with Alto V's, allegedly, right? So made Britt end up divorcing him. So basically, it was a brawl for it all between Lola Falana and Alto V's. And apparently, they both showed up to his house at one time. And apparently, he was such a beast in the bed, he handled both of them behind at the same time. I mean, on the same night on different levels of the house. So everybody knew their position. So he ended up actually marrying Alto V's. And that's who he was married to when he passed away. So I'm saying all that to say that nothing is new under the sun. People marry people for PR reasons, marry people to appease a fan base, and it's not the right thing to do. Another person that discussed this, I told you I'm all big into biographies, was Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte was in love with Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge was married to Harold Nicholas. If you ever seen the movie The Famous Dancer, if you've seen the 5 Heartbeats, the old man that teaches them how to dance, that's Harold Nicholas. He was married to one of the most beautiful women in the world, Dorothy Dandridge. So he dogged her ass out, left her with a disabled baby. So she didn't want to date any more black men. So she started dating white men. But Harry Belafonte met her on the set of Carmen. Let me see if I can pull that up. So you know who I'm talking about. The first all-black opera by Otto Preminger. There they go. Let's get a picture of them up so you can see what they look like. So you can see these beautiful people. By the way, I love this movie. If you haven't gotten a chance, check it out. So this is Harry Belafonte and Dorothy Dandridge. And if you ever see the folks wearing the red rose in their hair, they did have that Carmen hip hop with Beyonce, which was terrible, but guilty pleasure TV. Harry Belafonte was in love with Dorothy Dandridge and told her to stop looking for love in the arms of a white man. At the same time, he was marrying every white woman on the planet, and he said in his biography that it was guilty to him that he was so pro-black, so part of the civil rights movement, and neither he nor any of his children had black partners. So this definitely has been something to think about throughout the entire time in Hollywood. Hence the reason Denzel was so aware of it and he knew what to do. So either way, I don't think anybody should be forced to marry anyone to keep their career or whatever. Your fan base is your fan base. Look at Chris Brown. Chris Brown always talking bad about the folks, and I played his music last week. The other person that did this back in the day person was Sidney Poitier. If you don't know, he dragged the hell out of Diane Carroll. He promised her he was going to get married. He moved her in, and then he dumped her. And if you don't know who Diane Carroll is, stunning woman. She was on Dynasty. She was on A Different World. She played Whitley's mother. And I'm thinking she was in Carmen too. But let me tell you, Diane Carroll, she was in the 80s, by the time she was in Dynasty, she was actually older. But when I tell you, she was a stunner, and Sidney Poitier was like, nope. And then Eartha Kitt put everybody up on game. She said, you marry different, marrying white folks in the Hollywood game actually gave you more status. That's Diane Carroll. Very beautiful. If you ever seen the movie Claudine. But anyways, if you married a non-melanated person, it was shown as status, and you have to think they were traveling to Europe where it was more accepted. That's why a lot of them didn't come back, aka Josephine Baker. So it's always been a thing. So my advice to Michael B. Jordan: stop doing these fake behind relationships and be with what you like. Be with what you like. Look at Chris Brown. You want to blame the black women and say we not going to support you. It's only when y'all come out and say crazy things instead of saying, I love this beautiful woman and she's the best thing on the planet. It's when you get out here and try to badmouth us is when we turn on that ass. And you guys, they always say we're the most disenfranchised, but we have the most buying power and we definitely have influence on the culture. So it ain't good to get on our bad side. So enjoy your lovely woman, whoever you want to be with. Just don't bring us into it. We ain't got nothing to do with it. Leave us be. That's it. But Michael B. Jordan, you know, I'm a mega uber fan since you were little. Like I said, since you were Wallace, I wish you all the best. Not every woman wants to be with you. And the other thing before I leave out, it's brought to me. Now he can use this as a way to claim that this is the reason he don't deal with black women, because he tried and his heart got broken. So he gonna go back to the rivers that he's used to. Sir, you ain't even have to do all that. You didn't even have to do all that. You didn't have to do all that. I will be shocked if he ends up with a black woman. And I watched an amazing video that talked about proximity, saying the more higher up you go up in the Hollywood game, the less proximity you'll have to melanated women. So he most likely he will end up with a foreign woman or a beautiful, beautiful Caucasian lady on his arm. More power to you. God bless you. My stance is the relationship was fake. It was a PR stunt, but just in case it was real, sometimes it don't work out. There's no need for everybody to be dragging people, calling Lori trash, talking trash about Michael B. Jordan. Let these two young, beautiful people go end up with the people that they're supposed to be with. And with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. Just want to drop in. I may drop in and talk about this dang on Carisha Please and Brother Love, aka P. Diddy. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm trying to do more videos. And like I said, love who loves you. May God bless you with everything you need. And before I say the CPS Scholar is out, a reminder, go ahead and like I said, love who loves you. May God bless you with everything you need. And the CPS Scholar is out. Have an amazing rest of your Father's Day. Bye, y'all.